Moral Maze, I love it. Welcome back to the arena. I'm Michael Coren, very moral, obviously. Such a lot to talk about. The Obama girls apparently dressing in an appalling manner. Bank of Montreal being, well, very inclusive to a rather aggressive extent. And also a 9-year-old Russian supermodel. Alissa Golob from Campaign Life joins us, and she's got her phone. Is that all the answers written there for you?
Yes. Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I want to begin with the Obama girls, and before we do that, just to give a bit of context, we've got a clip here of Rush Limbaugh speaking about Chelsea Clinton, who I think was 13 years old at the time. Can we see that, please?
The cute kid. Let's take a look and see who is the cute kid in the White House. No, 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 that's not the kid. That's the kid. We try to...
What a complete moron. I mean, she's 13. She's actually, I think now, a very bright, happily married mother, isn't she? I mean, but anyway, to go after kids in such a way. Now, Barack Obama's children, well, I think we've probably got a still we can put up here. Barack Obama, this ceremony where they pardon a turkey. Can we see a picture of the girls, please, as they were, or B-roll or whatever it is? There they are, staying in the background. Now, this is an archaic ceremony. It's fun, though, where he pardons a turkey. They kill millions, but he pardons a turkey. And they're there, and they're 13 and 16, I think. And we've raised 2 girls, and believe me, teenage girls, they're awkward just being girls of that age. They don't want to be there. I've got to say that as much as I criticize Obama, I think he and his wife have been good parents, and they've raised lovely kids. They seem to really care about family. They were criticized. These girls were criticized by a conservative blogger who said that they were dressed immodestly and their attitude was appalling. And I don't know where you stand on this, but I thought they were dressed as teenage girls.
I mean, I don't think that anyone should be going after anyone's children. They are teenagers. I remember what I was like when I was a teenager. But I mean, this is not something new. We've seen this in the past. You saw it, and not just from Republicans, but also from Democrats. I remember reading about, I mean, how many stories have we heard about Bristol Palin? How many stories have we heard about Jenny Bush yawning? Exactly the same thing. There have always been...
And wrong, although I have to say, both of those 2 young people have acted in a way that is not entirely perfect. But these girls have done nothing. But do you think that the skirts were too short?
I really don't care, to be honest with you. But I do think that, I think the big story here is that the woman, she was a communications director for someone in Congress in the States, and they acted like she murdered a bag of kittens. Like they just went all, like, she hell-raised the fact that she said on her personal Facebook account that these girls, you know, were yawning and were more bored and dressed like they were going to a pub.
Hold on. First of all, the party politics is filthy, and they're as bad as each other. I agree with that. But she's trying to attack Obama in any way possible, and she's used the kids, who there's no scandal about them. They see like decent kids, they're bored, they don't want to be there. I thought they were dressed. Look, it's not how you dress, it's what you do. It's how you behave. And if people still think the kids have to, wear long skirts and so on, then they're going to have a lot of issues as their children get older. She shouldn't have gone after them. She wanted it to be public. She made it public. Then she faced social media, which is horrible and angry, and it was roaring at her. Then she came back and said, after hours of prayer and speaking with my parents, I've realized I shouldn't have said that. Hey, lady, just say, I was an idiot, I shouldn't have said it, and move on. But I mean, I'm not going to defend her in this. I mean, she reached out to try and hurt someone. She was then hurt. She then had this self-defense spasm of saying prayer.
But the fact is that whether she was forced to or not, she resigned from her job, and I think that's going way too far in her personal comments on Facebook. And I don't think that, I don't really care what she said. It was her personal opinion. It's what she thought about these girls, and but the media made such a huge deal out of it. And I think there's a double standard there going on, because in one hand they'll attack Republican presidents' children, on the other hand they'll force this woman to resign.
I think they all deserve each other. I think Republican and Democrat, they do it to each other, and she's a victim and there'll be liberal victims, and this is incredible. Russian 9-year-old dubbed world's most beautiful girl. See some pictures in the background of her, and she's a beautiful little thing. She's 9 years old. She's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if we're going to show it or not, but there are some clips of her topless. Now, a child of that age, I don't think that's an issue really at 9, but the way they're sexualizing her, I find this quite grotesque.
Yeah, and I mean, to name her the the most beautiful woman, she's not even a woman yet. She hasn't even reached puberty.
Well, was most beautiful girl, they've said.
It said woman in the article that I read.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, the model industry is a very sexualized culture, and even though, you know, her mom says that she controls the Facebook account, she has over 2 million likes on the Facebook page.
2 million? Mm-hmm. And you think they're all people who say, oh, what a lovely little girl. You know, a lot of them are perverts.
Yeah, and she said as much, that she has to delete and constantly monitor, but in some of the articles, they highlighted some of the Instagram comments and the Facebook comments, and it is disgusting.
Some of these pictures, I mean, some are innocuous, but some of these they're far too adult, and they border on the sexual.
Yeah.
I think this is criminal. I hate this.
Absolutely. I definitely think, you know, until she can at least choose that she wants to do it, you know, she's a child, she wants to play outside and go to school. She doesn't want to be stuck up in these, you know, tighter clothes with her mom.
Maybe not. Maybe she actually enjoys it, but that's not the point. The point is that a parent should have enough responsibility and morality to say, no, this is wrong. You don't behave, you know, I don't want you to do this.
Yeah, I think that, and the mom, like I said, it's the mom who controls it all, so it inevitably goes back to her.
Last minute or so, Bank of Montreal and inclusivity. But what's going on here?
Well, the Bank of Montreal basically wrote a private email that was leaked that all their legal suppliers have to conform with their conception of adversity, basically, of
diversity.
Adversity, sorry, yeah, like
adversity.
Diversity, and and not basically support traditional marriage, be inclusive and diverse. And a couple of years ago, they also helped build a condominium that was exclusively for same-sex couples. So if you do stand for traditional marriage, then they won't be working with you. And they said that it's going to start with their legal suppliers and then continue on with other organizations that they work with.
Surely they would argue that they just support marriage, and if you're against one form of marriage, I mean, they wouldn't say they're opposed to traditional marriage. They would say they include same-sex marriage within that. Right, but
if you aren't in favor of same-sex marriage and think that marriage is should be between a man and a woman, then they're not going to work with you. So it's the same. We've seen this discrimination masked in diversity. Abortion is the law too. Just because something is slavery was the law, lots of things have been legal in the past.
Just
doesn't mean
like
they're right.
Same-sex marriage, yeah. I don't. You know, if you don't like the Bank of Montreal, don't go there. I don't go there because when I came to Canada in 1987, I went there for a loan and they wouldn't let me have it. No, I'm rich.
Good enough reason.
So I went with the CIBC. Appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Michael.